Another big thing in the news is that Shaquille O'Neal feels that the basketball hoops for the WNBA should be lowered. Now, many people, and this includes the players, disagree with that. Now, Shaq was interviewed on Angel Reese's podcast, Unapologetically Angel. And I'm going to say this to you. For me, I had kept hearing about him making this statement, and he was interviewed on Angel Reese's show. With all of that, let me get into this, because when it comes to Angel Reese, I'm not a big fan of Angel Reese. I'm not a hater either. And I don't watch the Unapologetically Angel podcast. But when I heard about this, I had to go and watch it, because one of the things that we don't do here is we don't want to speak on things that we don't have firsthand knowledge on. So I've heard people say this, and I've heard the little clips, but one of the things I always like to do is to go and see the full, whatever it is that I'm speaking about, if it's a show or a video or a clip or whatever. I want to see the full version of that video before I make a comment about it. All right, so there was a few things that were said about the podcast. And so I went ahead and watched the podcast in its whole. And we're going to leave a link for that in the bio, in the description, so that you all can view it if you decide. All right, so when I do want to speak about what I saw, because, you know, Angel Reese is getting a lot of hate on her podcast from some people that I've seen, and this should not exist, and she shouldn't be doing this, and she needs to focus on basketball, which I agree. But I do want to speak about what I saw when I saw the podcast. I liked it. It was cute. At least that interview, because that's the only full session I've seen, is that full interview between Angel Reese and Shaq. It was really nice. It was a cute interview. One of the things that was so cute about it, I liked Angel Reese. She had all of her products, or some of them. She had her Reese's Pieces set up, and then she had the Shaqalicious candies up there. It was a cute set. It was a well-designed set. I liked it. It was very nice, and you could see Angel's growing in her speaking abilities, and, you know, we all got to start somewhere and get up to the next level, and I think she's going to get there. I like the show. I like the setup. All right, so in this session, there were a couple of things that were talked about. Now, first of all, there was this guy who was going on about, I can't believe Shaq said these sexual things to Angel Reese.
Bro, imagine you
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
what?
God.
What?
Oh God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro.
He's talking to Angel Reese about, you know, if you wear those little shorts that you wore, and I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, but if you wear those little shorts you wore when you were on Wild 'N Out, then you're going to get a lot of people. Let me say this too. Shaq just talked like a guy who really is clueless, really. I mean, clueless about promotions and what really brings people to the game. Here's my problem with guys and men sometimes, because they always think sexually. And it's like, and then they miss the whole point here. They think that, like, you'll hear men telling the WNBA players that they need to wear lingerie. And they're thinking that it's all about, oh yeah, draw us in with sex. But no. I mean, when you look at Caitlin Clark, she doesn't promote that's sexual. She doesn't do that. She's a good, a phenomenal basketball player. And that's what make you want to watch. It's not about her being sexy or her wearing some lingerie or her dunking. It's not. First of all, let me get into this about the sex side. When Shaq mentioned the outfit that Angel Reese wore on Wild 'N Out, she seemed a little bit embarrassed. If you go and watch that clip, he mentions that it's towards the end of the session.
Bro, imagine you in the
I'm not imagining.
Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, dunking. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping.
Oh my
what?
God.
What?
Oh God.
The same little shirt you had on.
Okay, all right.
Bro.
But she seemed embarrassed, like, oh God, here we go. Well, you wore it. You put that on. And so now you're drawing this kind of attention that, where these men are not looking at you for your style of play. They're just looking at you because of the clothes you're wearing. And the problem with that is, this one thing I found out with men. They're going to respect you when you keep it business. Like, I'm here to play basketball and that's what I'm going to do and I'm going to be great at it. But then when you put something sexual in it, you really will lose them. You can't keep them if it's all about sex. They might look, but you can't keep them with that. You can't hold them with that. And there's a lot of attractive women in the WNBA. There are. But why is it that they can't hold that attention? A'ja Wilson, she's attractive. But she's clearly, and this is not a knock. We're not knocking on anybody. We're just telling what the facts are. She can't hold attention. It's not about, and she plays basketball very well, but it doesn't hold attention. Why? Because it's not just about you. Oh, she's a good player. And Angel Wilson is going to say, oh, well, it's white privilege. I don't agree. Because there's another great basketball player that came in before Clark. She was Albion. As a matter of fact, she's the woman who's talking about, well, black women deserve attention and we need to start giving black women her. We don't even know, I can't even call her name. I don't know who she is. I just remember her doing that, placating. She sold into this agenda that we're going to talk about later on today. But getting back to what Shaq said, when he made those sexual comments, his whole thing is, you got to put some of them shorts on and you got to lower the rim and then y'all need to be slam dunking. Well, let me say this to you, because he asked the question, why do people watch with Caitlin Clark? And Angel Reese says the threes. Well, let me be clear, because for me, I didn't come in here just for her threes. As a matter of fact, there's been a lot of times I'm like, stop shooting threes and take yourself to the basket, because we need a sure 2 points. So for me, yeah, I like her logo threes, but I also like her when she drives to the basket. I also like her passing across the whole court. I like the way she facilitates. I like the fact that she is a visionary. Like, she is checking the court the whole time. She's intelligent. She is a leader. She's a field general. She has the full package. It ain't just no 3-pointers. And for him to just keep thinking that it's sex or it's slam dunking, or Caitlin Clark is the full package. When we're looking at Jordan, Michael Jordan, he was a full package. Even if you're talking about, what's our friend name? Larry Bird, full package. One of the things that they will tell you about Larry Bird, they say, look, Michael Jordan is good. He's going to drive to the hole and, he's going to slam dunk on your face. You're not going to be able to stop him. But Larry Bird will make you look stupid, is what they say. He'll make you look stupid because you think you're trying to stop him, and he knows how to facilitate. He can do, or he could do what Jordan would do, but he also knew how to facilitate and make his players around him better. He's a whole package. And that's what Caitlin Clark is. So please stop making it seem like, oh, it's just that she shoots 3 points and y'all need to be able to slam dunk. That silliness. Why is it? Because I'm ready to get into this, okay? So we've talked about this. It's not a sexual thing. And then the whole thing where this person was upset about how Shaq was going in about with the sexual comments. All right, listen. Shaq is a man. Again, he's a guy. He's a dude. He's no different than any other man. And then he was making it seem like Shaq was saying inappropriate sexual comments to her. Now, here's my thing. I know Shaq in this video, he says that, Angel, you like my daughter. I'm your mentor and I treat you like my daughter. But at the same time, she's not his daughter. And Shaq is a dude. And I know he's saying he wouldn't have a relationship with her or whatnot, but let's be clear. Again, he's a dude. And if the opportunity was there, well, who knows? But then he kept trying to hook her up with some other guy, some light-skinned dude he had up there. And, he's gorgeous. If I was light-skinned, all right. For me, that's what dudes do. And as far as the comment about how she was dressing and she looked a little bit uncomfortable, like, oh, Lord. Yeah, well, You don't want to be attracting that type of energy, because that's what you're going to get when you wear those kind of clothes. And I'm not saying you can't wear what you want to wear what you want to wear, but recognize what kind of energy what you're wearing brings. All right.